A warm greeting. Today is Wednesday, July 3, 2024. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia. At the time of recording this video, it is 4:30 in the afternoon local time in Jamaica, where the center of circulation of Hurricane Beryl is currently moving parallel to the southern coast of the island. This is not good news, as Jamaica is currently experiencing the impacts of a Category 4 hurricane, which maintains maximum sustained winds of 140 miles per hour, or 225 kilometers per hour. During tonight, the center of circulation will begin to move away from Jamaica and will be passing south of the Cayman Islands, where tropical storm and hurricane conditions are expected during Wednesday night and Thursday morning. It will then continue on a trajectory towards the Yucatan Peninsula, where it is expected to make landfall during the early hours of Friday morning. It is important for residents of Campeche, Quintana Roo, and Yucatan to prepare for the impact of a Category 2 hurricane. It is quite impressive what we are seeing this afternoon. It was forecasted that Hurricane Beryl would begin to weaken at a faster rate, but today it has maintained its intensity. We can observe the evolution of Hurricane Beryl's circulation on the Doppler radar, where we can clearly see how the center of circulation is moving parallel to Jamaica's southern coast. However, the northern and northeastern quadrants of the circulation are moving over the island, where the strongest winds and rain are being recorded. At this time, Jamaica is experiencing the worst of this hurricane, especially some areas of the southern coast of Jamaica, which are currently facing the northern eye wall, the strongest part, where winds of 225 kilometers per hour are being reported. Unfortunately, we suspect it is causing destruction across Jamaica, and here at Hurricane Info, we hope for a swift recovery from this disaster. The evolution of Hurricane Beryl's structure has been very interesting today. In the afternoon, we have seen the circulation appear more organized, despite the sheer winds that continue to affect the system from the west. However, it seems that Jamaica's mountainous region has helped to slightly strengthen the northern part of the eye wall. It is quite impressive how the regulation of Hurricane Beryl has managed to maintain organization despite the sheer winds. However, it will soon move into a region with a lot of dry air, and at some point, it should begin to weaken as it approaches the Yucatan Peninsula. In this satellite image, we can see that the center of circulation and the eye wall remain intact for now. You can see how the northern and northeastern parts of the eye wall have moved over southern Jamaica. However, in the visible satellite image, we can see some arc-shaped clouds moving away from the circulation, indicating the presence of dry air, which this hurricane will encounter as it moves further west and south of the Cayman Islands. This is where we finally anticipate it will begin to weaken at a faster rate than we have seen in recent days. For example, in the profile view of the hurricane structure, we can see dry air in the middle levels of the atmosphere starting to impact the circulation from the west. Soon, this dry air should enter the center of circulation and continue to weaken Hurricane Beryl as it approaches Mexico. This is why specialized intensity models all show that it will weaken rapidly over the next 48 hours. However, it is projected to make landfall on the Yucatan Peninsula as a Category 2 hurricane, and we cannot rule out the possibility of it reaching Category 3. In the 5 p.m. bulletin, a hurricane warning is maintained for Jamaica and the Cayman Islands, and a hurricane warning has been issued for Quintana Roo. As you can see on the official trajectory from the National Hurricane Center, the center of circulation is projected to reach central or southern Quintana Roo during the early morning hours of Friday. A tropical storm watch has also been issued for coastal areas of Yucatan and Campeche. As Hurricane Beryl crosses the Yucatan Peninsula, it is projected to weaken to a tropical storm and move into the Gulf of Mexico during Friday night. In the following animation, we can see the GFS model's wind gust projection. Hurricane force winds are expected to impact central and northern Quintana Roo, and tropical storm force winds will affect the entire state of Yucatan and northern Campeche, especially along the coast, including areas like Cozumel, Cancun, and Playa del Carmen. Wind gusts over 160 kilometers per hour are expected, so consider that the wind will be quite strong and may cause some damage in the region. Additionally, heavy rainfall is expected, with accumulations between 75 to 100 millimeters affecting northern Quintana Roo and the entire state of Yucatan. Once the center of circulation moves into the Gulf of Mexico, there is still some uncertainty about whether this cyclone will move towards Tamaulipas or take a more northwesterly trajectory. For now, the National Hurricane Center projects it will reach northern Tamaulipas or southern Texas during the night of Sunday or early Monday morning. It is important for residents of eastern and southern Texas and Tamaulipas to remain alert to the evolution of this hurricane. Let's look at the latest projections from global models. Here we have the American model, which projects that it will make landfall on the Yucatan Peninsula as a Category 1 or Category 2 hurricane during Friday morning, and then move over the Gulf of Mexico, exiting the Yucatan Peninsula as a tropical storm. However, conditions in the Gulf of Mexico may be favorable for it to reorganize, and it is expected to strengthen again into a hurricane as it approaches northern Tamaulipas or southern Texas during Sunday morning. In the long term, We also see that the GFS model develops Invest 96, currently located over the Lesser Antilles. We will also be monitoring this system. Returning to Hurricane Beryl, the European model's projection aligns well with the GFS model. It first indicates a direct impact as a Category 1 or Category 2 hurricane on the Yucatan Peninsula during Thursday night or early Friday morning, eventually weakening to a tropical storm but then entering the Gulf of Mexico to start strengthening again as it approaches northern Tamaulipas during Sunday night or early Monday morning. We have a good consensus between the two best models this afternoon, and the probabilities of impact for southern Texas and northern Tamaulipas continue to increase. However, there is still some uncertainty, especially when looking at the GFS model members. Some of them have a more northwesterly trajectory, bringing the center of circulation towards southeastern Texas, while others have a trajectory towards Tamaulipas. This can also be seen in the European model members, some with a trajectory towards northern Tamaulipas, while others have a more southerly Texas trajectory. Therefore, there is still some uncertainty in the projections, and we must continue to monitor the evolution of Hurricane Beryl. That's all for this forecast update. We hope our friends in Jamaica can recover quickly from Hurricane Beryl, and that followers in the Cayman Islands and the Yucatan Peninsula are finishing their preparations for the impact of this hurricane. Tomorrow morning, I will record a new video to update the hurricane forecast. It is important to check if you are subscribed to my channel. Go to the bottom of the video, click the red button that says subscribe, and then click the bell to receive notifications when I record new videos. Well, that's it for now. See you tomorrow morning. Goodbye.